Looks like he knows he's gonna burn the salve anyway.
Not sure what happened on the bottom lane, but the equilibrium's all messed up for the side of Escape. I'm not sure if Admiral Bulldog had the rated creep block in front, but he will get a free wave at
Oh, S4, that's a lot of damage with a Cold Snap as well. YapzOr, the attack, Sunstrike well off the mark, but YapzOr's attack is right on it.
Wow.
And that's going to be S4 going down to Kuiper as well as YapzOr.
That's pretty smoking. Got to see the ping out onto Cinderin with the recent D ward. But I don't know if they actually want to go for him. The smoke might pop.
That Observer was so close. Now the Observer Ward. It's going to be the Blink last two. They find Era. Reactive armor's up pretty high. He needs to chain himself away from this, but they keep the stuns nicely chained from Alliance. And Cinderin got there too late. Has to Cold Embrace. He's got the Curse available. This may create a little bit of space, but Alliance beautifully spaced out, meaning the Curse will be completely useless. And they go from one to the other. S4 Blink comes back off cooldown. Starts sticking Napalm. Flame Break just pushing YapzOr back. He tries to go for his own Flame Break steal, but getting swapped back in. This will be 3 hero kills going the way of Alliance, finally getting on the board.
No big deal. They want Faces Away to be a factor in the late game, and looks like somebody's about to get jumped on.
Yeah, S4, but again, it's Era is the one they're finding. And the rest of Escape are a lot closer this time around. So Rubik ready to jump, starts the weave off. S4, 4-stars out, Keizu way too slow to find a target, or maybe he will be finding EGM, warps the Chronosphere. EGM needs a 4-star, someone needs to get him out of that pit right now. Picked up, and it will be RK actually swapping him out, but Era waiting for EGM. The Shallow Grave will make it work for this a little bit harder, and they don't want RK by the looks of it. EGM will still end up going down to Era as Era goes in harder, pops the Shiva's gun, slowing down. S4 has to trigger the BKB with Kuiper behind him, but the physical damage is more than enough from Escape to burn through him. And now Loda starting up the fight with all the illusions. The Curse is out, but Bulldog chasing down Keizu up on the high ground. You can Tornado, create more space. Loda's illusions still keep fighting with it. This being a 2-for-2 trade-off. You sunder the life of Era. The Orchid, the silence is actually there now from Bulldog, but the Embrace is cold from Cinder. But it'll be enough to keep Era alive while Loda dies in front of his own tier 3 tower. They hunt for more Arcane. Finally, the man who tried to save this initial fight with this swap will be going down. And it's all tip for tat with the trade-off being for Cinderin. Or some kind of swap. If they can isolate one of the players from Escape, now having the full Bloodthorn over on the Broodmother, they might be able to just instantly kill one.
Well, S4 trying to de-ward, but he will get caught out.
Oh, will he? Yes, the Chronosphere. S4 gets the BKB off, the Sunstrike still coming in. S4 copying too much damage. EGM is forced to use the Shallow Grave. Meanwhile, the backline, Broodmother slips in, and Cinderin, well, we know he sucks up against the Broodmother. In this case, he dies just as quick. And the rest of Escape want to kind of disengage. They don't have to fight Alliance unless someone hangs around like Bulldog does. He gets picked up, thrown down with a Cold Snap. The damage is so huge. They swap him out to the attacks from Kuiper. They still follow through, and they go for even more. The EMP burn. Alliance can have almost nothing left. They try and push away from Loda and all of these illusions until they're ready to fight him up again. So further north, the rest of Alliance licking their wounds. Keizu, that's way too much damage he's taking. Has to time walk it off. Era comes to the front lines. He knows RK is low. Tornado's not going to be catching up S4. But Loda also having a little bit of trouble. YapzOr picks him up, throws him down. He's got the swap available. The problem is he gets stunned up by RK. Now Gem of True Sight. They have the vision still. Loda try and break free. Era so low, but the Invoker, he's killing with an EMP. Looking for even more. EGM over the tree lines. The Ice Wall will slow down EGM, but the 4-star from S4 brings him back out to safety. And it's Arcane who's hunting on the bottom lane for Era. Shark comes a long way up for Kuiper. He knows this is a little too easy when Era can blink in, get the Whirling Death. S4 coming back for more. He got a little clipped by the Deafening Blast, but not fully effective. Fire flying around to the tree line. Era, Cold Embrace up, and now I think S4 realizes he doesn't have the damage.
Probably just want an item before this Roach fight, because if they lose this Roach fight, they will probably lose this game. So you want to throw as much gold into this fight as you can.
Just means, you know, buyback from twice over, jump in from Era, finding EGM. They might be able to rip the Shallow Grave again. Bulldog hunting down Cinderin. He'll be able to finish that job. As, well, RK 4 stars away, but he already gave the stun over towards the Rubik. It's Kuiper, easy push back on Bulldog. And he's got nothing else to really give at the moment. His BKB was already triggered. He's down for 81 seconds, and Loda looking for the damage now. He has to stand his ground. He has to fight. RK was able to save S4 from the Chronosphere, so they just keep dealing swap. The last two steps from S4, Keizu trapped, and Loda, he actually has the strength. He has the opening. They brought down Kuiper, they brought down the big man. The question is, can they get the twofer? Can they get both Era and Kuiper? Era kind of stuck in the trees for a little bit. Loda still fighting it up, but there's 20 reactive armor charges from Era protecting him, not to mention everything else he's got. With Yapsor on the back line, can swap S4 back over. The Force Spear is still in range, but Era, he went left while the swaps went right. They cannot keep S4 under control.
Actually, Rubik. Yeah, only Rubik has one. But 975 mana with interest, he's 160 short.
Oh, here's your movement. Very deep for Era. The tier 3 tower's already gone. There's a loop around the back from Admiral Bulldog, and he focuses instantly over on Yapsor. The Cold Embrace from Synderen will save it for Keizu. Locked in the front lines, never even got one ulti off, so they curse over on Admiral Bulldog. This buys space for Kuiper to get himself away. They blink out, and Alliance showing their strength once again that they can fight, but Era wants to go. S4 snapping towards the air. He'll hit the ground, but Era in a little bit of trouble. Lotus Orb will help him break free. The Shallow Grave let S4 also fight with a little bit more confidence too, but Era needs to chain away. The swap is there. It's Yapsor going back in again. The Gem of True Sight will be lost, however. And now it's the swap in from RK. They keep Era in the fight. Alliance are currently doing it very well to a point where they bring down 3 players to ESC. They don't get Kuiper, who's still hovering around. But at the same time, ESC take out what they get, like the top tier 3 in range racks. That's what they got for that committal of the fight.
Not worth.
Escape in the past.
Yep.
Maybe not so much during this tournament, back when they were known as No Diggity. Like, people were banning any spaces void in the first 2 just because of the fact he kept finding 4, 5-man Chronos. Now he jumps in, finds S4, goes for the first one. RK will end up sacrificing his life as he swaps out S4. Will he survive? EGM gets a Shallow Grave. RK making himself out. This one, Bulldog hunting down Cinder, and the Ghost is protected for now, but not anymore. Bulldog just reeling away. The Lotus Orb is up. Yapsor actually picking himself up with this one. They Chronosphere onto S4. Will they find the damage? Sunstrike, Chakram, they're going all onto S4, but again EGM with this Shallow Grave. He's buying more space, and Bulldog goes for more initiation. So S4 is able to survive. The Rubik will go down. So a 1-for-1 trade-off. Loda into the fight too. Escape, do you still feel you got enough to fight? You burn both your Chronospheres. And Loda could just bring out that refresher orb and get his Metamorphosis back up again in a second as well as his BKB. But the curse! Synderen! He finds the opening! S4! They swap him back out again! So S4 being chased down by the Force Spirits, but Alliance breaking 3 of the 3-men. Huge curse! But now they're gripped up outside the base. Loda, he wanted a Thunder, but the Lotus Orb cancels it. He doesn't find what he wants, and now he's down for 95 seconds. The buyback will come. He'll actually come back to the front lines with a BT, but how many more of his teammates will still be alive? Here is fighting in the front line. Synderen goes down. Kuiper, they find the damage. They bring him down. Here is on the run too. The sole survivor for Escape, but they still have to defend their home. The tier 3 towers under attack. A rather large wave going in through the top. How much more can they go for? Escape, ripping through that range racks. The fortification will slow things down. Loda going to trigger that Metamorphosis. Bulldog back to the front lines again. Needs the BKB, Insatiable Hunger. Synderen first to fall for Keizu. The double Chronosphere. This could be it right now. He refreshes. He goes for the second one, but Loda pushed back out and then pushed back in again by the Deafening Blast. The Aegis Mortar will trigger. S4's being focused in the meantime on the sidelines, and the buyback out from Bulldog. RK back to the front lines. S4 is low. The Shallow Grave is up, so S4 can survive with it. Tornado tries to create space, picking up Bulldog, throwing him down with the EMP. They're going to burn down a little bit, but the EMP doesn't burn enough. It's just the Ice Wall, which gives Alliance basically moonwalking out the front of their base. They do manage to pick up Faceless Void, so Keizu will drop, and the only thing that was really lost is a lot of life from tier 4, and the range tracks again in mid until Era, he comes back in for another fight. Or will he? It's kind of like your linchpin. You're putting him on the front lines almost as bait. With a Shadow Wave hitting the wave, obviously...
They're trying to fight without the Void. That's a very tiny window.
Firefly. He finds Yapsor, but Yapsor blinks away in time. Hira's going to come over. S4, there's a BT coming on top of him. It's Admirable at the front lines, but the curse! It's going to lock Bulldog in. S4 pulled away, and Loda, he will end up killing off S4. Too much damage from the Terrorblade working against Alliance. You still have Timber as well as Void on the sideline, but they both have buybacks. Yapsor can delay this. The tier 2 tower is up and the fortification is available as well. That looks to be what he's trying to buy up.
That Great versus Swap, Great versus Chrono, or sorry, Great versus Thunder, Swap and Lasso. All those big ultimates that Alliance have, and their melee rack is falling. Bulldog out in a terrible position.
Again, RK forced to use this swap very defensively and actually gives over the swap. That's Agnes upgraded swap, but then S4, he finds Yapsor, dragging in the corner, brace the Chrono Sphere. It got Bulldog and S4. The Sharkers are coming in. Casey wants to kill the secondary Chrono. They're going to bring down RK Force out from Bulldog. There's nowhere to go. S4's even just on the tip of a turn. The Shallow Grave is not enough. The two of them are down. Loda, he needs to be huge. He needs to be massive. He's picking up the back lines. The Yulset will end up saving the Rubik, dodging those 3 attacks. The Sharkers slowing down Loda. He'll come over to Era. Where is this damage output? They can't keep up with it. They have to back out now, ESC as well.
Unstoppable double kill. The universe was not the same without me.
After he had bought back, not sure what happened to that, but regardless, they will have 5 heroes for this push.
And Koifa, they give him the Lotus Orb protection. Already the jump is over on EGM.
Dire's bottom tower.
Managed to actually get Lotus up. There's too many weird abilities flying around with these Lotus Orbs. But the bottom rank's being attacked. Loda, Metamorphosis up again. Wants Keizu. Keizu, Chronosphere's off cooldown in 1 second time, and then he can turn, but Era still standing on top of Loda. They want a better position for this, and this is a pretty damn good one. Loda on the stairs, isolated Keizu. There goes the Chronosphere. They need to kill Loda right now, and he's dropping. The Shallow Grave is up for EGM. They swap him out as well. There's Terrorblade in deep. Thunder's over an Arcade, but the curse is on Arcade as well. Oh, Loda again has to kill off his own teammates unwillingly, thanks to Cinderin. They go for more. The BKB is up. They managed to get the swap out again. It's Koifa who's the man who's safe at Loda. The damage is there. Koifa forced up in unwillingly. 2 teams. Triple kill for Loda. You still have Era inside the base, but S4 will not let him escape. Loda, the Shallow Grave is allowing him to fight in the front lines, and they get through. It's an ultra kill for Loda. The bottom racks is barely intact. It's the range racks on 3, 4, 7. All that is left.
Of course, but that's what they're there for.
I think Loda's actually killing off as many of his own teammates in the fight as he's killing off enemy heroes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, hello.
Radiant's
Hello,
middle tower
Loda.
is under
He's
attack.
going to give up the Mana Style. The Divine Rapier has arrived. It's still 37 seconds until he's actually got his Metamorphosis up. As they look for a target, EGM, Era, force-staffed up by Cinderin, trying to push him away to safety. The Swim Blast will slow down the push, but that damage from Loda is just so high. Do they go past it? Yeah, they are. They're coming in. They got 40 seconds while this Invoker is down. They're going to go for a straight GG push. Not a single rack has been taken. Fortification will slow it down. Keizu now back to World of Living. Time walks out. He needs the Chronosphere and he gets it. He isolates Loda, but S4 still causing problems. This Chronosphere, there's no follow-up. Loda at least was controlled, but they don't find the kill. He's going for the Fortress with a BKB protection. Keizu now actually has to go again for the Chronosphere, but he hasn't got enough of them. Now they can just keep attacking it. This could be Alliance's game right now, and they've got it! 71 minutes! They actually take it on the back of the Rapier Terrorblade. Alliance take game 1 against Escape after Escape. Look, they had everything slammed into the bag. They lost it all.
Damn, that was an amazing comeback by Alliance there.